That's the way I've been floundering around in life here for the last 4 years. Without that structure of a job and responsibilities, I've just been all over the place, and so has my YouTube channel. I've finally realized something huge about myself since moving to Bangkok. For the longest time, I was always searching for answers outside myself. I always thought that vacations, work, or external things could fix everything. But being here has taught me the most valuable lesson of all. It's taught me to look within. All of the answers I've been seeking have been inside of me all along. I was just always looking in the wrong place. Bangkok has made me feel safe to the point that I'm no longer afraid to take a hard look at myself, examine my feelings, and examine my fears. There's no pressure, no judgment. It's just me figuring out my feelings and asking myself why I am the way I am. I don't know if it's the Buddhist culture, the Sabai Sabai lifestyle here in Bangkok, the live and let live attitude. Whatever it is, it has given me the courage to take a good look at myself within. It's like Bangkok has wrapped me up in a warm blanket and giving me the courage to do the work that I need to do on myself. So I had a birthday last week, and Mark and I went on a little staycation here in Bangkok. We went to stay down by the river, and we had a really great time, but that staycation gave me a little bit of an epiphany because it basically was me sliding into my old habits, my old way of things. In my old life, vacations were my escape. I was only pre-programmed for two things, vacations and work. There was nothing in between. When the going got tough, the tough went on vacation. And so the simple act of taking a staycation for my birthday was more of the same, filling in a vacation instead of looking inside. Before I quit working, vacations were really the only thing that made me feel better. They were the only thing that gave me that hit of euphoria from the daily grind of life. But now in this new chapter of life, as I've said before, I don't need a reprieve from daily life. My challenge has been, how do I move forward? How do I move forward in this new chapter of life? I've been floundering for years because I've been looking for the answers everywhere else except for where they lie within me. I've been living on autopilot, and even after leaving the workforce, trying to get our lives settled here abroad, I still haven't taken that next step to figure out, okay, how do we move forward? How do I figure out what it is I like? What do I really want? These are really hard questions, and in theory, it all seems pretty easy and pretty straightforward. And I think if it was, I'd have it already figured out by now. But I've really just never been able to get to that next step. Here, I really feel like it's okay to be vulnerable and take a good hard look at my life. And there's a certain freedom in that. And I feel that without the pressure or the judgment that I used to feel in my old life. Now, as I've talked about in the past, I'm a chronic worrier and a lifelong overthinker. And I'm really good at putting others first, and I'm really good at helping others succeed. And I've been terrible at putting that effort into helping myself succeed. But here's the thing. I'm finally realizing that I'm worthy of all of that effort. I'm worthy of success, and I'm worthy of betting on myself. Now, I've had people come up with ideas. Why don't you volunteer? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Well, those are the things that the old Kirsten would have done. Like I said, I've spent a lifetime in service to others. Coming here and taking a volunteer position, that would be easy for me. It would be another thing where I was looking outside myself. I know I can do that. I need to do something that's just for me. And deep down, I think I've always felt that I wasn't worthy of that. And so it is a very strange thing to admit all of this to yourself and to try to give yourself a framework to move forward and just to change the basic way you think about a lot of things, but most of all, the way you think about yourself. I'm sure it's not lost on you all, if you stop and think about it, my YouTube channel has been a pretty accurate reflection of how I've felt over these last 4 years or so. Floundering around, everything's random, no rhyme or reason, no real plan. That's the way I've been floundering around in life here for the last 4 years. Without that structure of a job and responsibilities, I've just been all over the place, and so has my YouTube channel. But now I have some clarity. I'm not here to just flounder through life anymore. I'm ready to give myself some structure to move forward in this chapter of my life, and also to give my YouTube channel some structure and to move that forward at this time of my life as well. So if you're out there and you're watching and any of this resonates with you, maybe you're floundering through life right now just like I have been. Maybe you're unsure of how to move forward just like I have been. If any of this resonates with you, I'm asking you and inviting you to come along with me on this journey. Moving forward with my channel, I'm still going to talk about all of the wonderful things about living here in Bangkok. Being here in Bangkok has brought me so much clarity. But I also want to focus on my own personal growth and just finding new ways to thrive in this chapter of my life. Now, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, I say, hey, let's go on this journey together. I've put together a plan of how to move forward with my personal journey, as well as how to move forward with this YouTube channel. And obviously the two are connected. So I'm excited to go on this journey with you, to see how it unfolds, and just to look back in time to see where we were at this time and to see where we're going to be as we get down the road in this journey. I also ask that you share your own personal reflections in the comment section of this video. What are you learning about yourself in this phase of life? So where do we go from here? Well, I can tell you that the staycation taught me that I don't need to run away from life anymore. I need to be present in this moment and figure out what makes me tick or what makes me happy and start focusing and executing on those things. And we're going to get into a lot of details along the way on this journey. I'll talk about some resources that have helped me, what I'm doing, and just really I invite you to come along so we can keep one another accountable and we can support each other as we really lift ourselves up to really become the people we want to be. Now, I know a lot of you are planning to move abroad, that's why you watch my channel, or you're already living abroad and you want to move to another location, I can tell you after 4 years abroad, this is how long it's taken me to get to this point. So I'm telling you, when you move abroad, you are still going to be the same person you always were. So if there's any work you'd like to do on yourself, there's no time like the present to start. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter if you're retired or not. It really doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing in life right now, because let's face it, we all can look within and find something to improve about ourselves. So what I say to you, let's do it together. This journey is starting now. I can't tell you how it's going to unfold. I can tell you it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be real, and that's all that matters. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and I would also like to hear your personal reflections in the comments, and let me know that you're joining me on this journey of personal growth, self-discovery, and learning new ways to thrive in this chapter of our lives.